Here we will learn parameter passing techniques. In the previous technique, we have learned call by value parameter passing technique in the previous lecture. Now we will continue the parameter passing techniques further. So before continuing, let's have a brief glance about the lecture. As we discussed, parameters are two types: actual parameters and formal parameters. So using parameters, functions will communicate with each other. So there are two parameter passing techniques: call by value and call by address. We'll also say pass by value, pass by address. So what is call by value? We will maintain separate copy of memory for actual parameters as well as formal parameters, so that modification made to one copy will not reflect to another. Example, in this we have two functions, main function and sum function. Main function is having a separate copy of actual parameters, whereas sum function is having separate copy of formal parameters. So when the parameters are passed, the values are passed between actual to formal. Modification done in formal will not reflect to actual. Now, next we will discuss about call by address or call by pointer. What is an advantage of call by value mechanism, where it is easy to use the technique, but there is a memory wastage because separate copy is maintained in actual and formal parameters. Whereas call by value technique cannot return multiple values at a time, because return using a return statement, we can return only one value from the function. When there is a need of multiple values can be returned, using call by value technique, it is not possible. In order to avoid and to solve the problems of call by value technique, we use call by address. We also say call by address as call by pointers. In call by address, what will happen is, instead of sending a values, we will send address of a variable, where that address will be copied, and using that address we are able to access the single copy from both actual and formal parameters. So both actual and formal parameters will have a common copy. Both will share a common copy. That's why modification made to one copy will reflect to another copy. Anyway, there is only one copy. Automatically, both are having same memory. And also, when both are sharing the same memory, indirectly multiple values are available from both the functions. So we are able to return multiple values from the calling function to called function. So called function to calling function. Now let us demonstrate in call by address parameter passing technique. So in the we use developer C++ for demonstrating this. So in the previous program we have done call by So this program is illustrates about call by value mechanism, where we have two parameters in function call a and b, which are actual parameters, whereas in the function definition we have two formal parameters, which is using call by value mechanism, where in this swap function we are swapping two values, where the swapped values are not available in the main function, because swapped values are only available at the place of swap function only. So modification made to one copy will not reflect to another copy in call by value mechanism. That's why if you try to access swapped values, we can access swapped values only in swap function. So when you try to compile this program and then try to execute, what will happen? So we are trying to execute this program. Now here, if you observe, when the system is asking to enter two numbers, I'm entering 49 and 75. So these values are accepted in the main function, and in the main before swap it is 49 and 75, and after swap also 49 and 75 only. Whereas this x and y values are available only in swap function, whereas a and b values are available in main function. So main cannot access the swapped data. So modifications are made to different copies, and we cannot access both individually. So now to solve this problem, we'll go for call by address mechanism. In call by address mechanism, instead of sending value as a parameter, we will send address of a parameter. So let us do an extra program using call by address. So we will copy the same program. Only difference what we will do is instead of sending a value, we will send address the actual parameter. So how to access the address of a variable? We will precede the variable name with ampersand. And so we will pass ampersand A and ampersand B in actual parameters. Similarly, as per the rules of parameter passing techniques, the data type of the actual and formal parameters must be same. So when we are passing an address of a variable, the suitable data type is pointer. So we declare a pointer here, int star x and int star y. And similarly in the prototype and the definition, we will modify int star x and int star y. What is pointers and what are all the operations of the pointer, we will discuss after this example demonstration. So we will declare a temporary variable, then star x, star y, star y, star y, and depth. Now here, the difference between previous program and this program is, in the previous program, we are using call by value parameter passing technique. Whereas in this program, we are passing call by address parameter passing. So instead of passing a value, we are passing address as a parameter. And that address is stored in pointer variable. So pointer is a special data type which will store address of a variable. Now let's compile this program and try to run this program. So call by address dot c. So when we compile and run, what will happen? Now when I try to enter 49 and 75 in this program, we are able to print A and B values, whereas this X and Y values are printing their address. So in order to print the values, as we know, the star X and star Y will access the data, not X and Y, because X and Y are not the normal variables, they are pointer variables. So once again, we'll compile the program. So when we enter 49 and 75, now if you observe, in the main function when we are called before swap, the values are 49 and 75. When we go to the swap function, the swapped values are 75 and 49. When we come back to main, the swapped values are accessible. So here, the modification, both main function and swap function are sharing a common memory of A and B, where the address of A is copied to X, the address of B is copied to Y. So using an address, we can access a variable from any place in the program. So this illustrates the call by address mechanism. So the what is the difference between previous program and this program? If you observe, so in the left side we have call by value mechanism, and in the right side we have call by address mechanism. So the first program is call by value and the second program is call by address. So in the call by value mechanism, the variable values are passed. Whereas in the call by address mechanism, the address is passed as a parameter. Here in the call by value, variables values are copied between actual and formal. Whereas in call by address mechanism, the address is stored in a pointer variables. And using a pointer variable, you are able to access the data of A and B from the swap function. So the difference between these two programs is first program values are passed, second program address are passed. Both have separate copy of memory in first program. In the second program, both will share a common memory. Using an address of a memory, they are trying to access the data from both the functions. So the advantage of call by address is multiple values can be returned and there is no memory wastage. But in this small program, there is not much difference between the memory saving and solution. Whereas this technique is more suitable to passing arrays, passing structure. Before going to how to pass array as a parameter and how to pass structure as a parameter, let's go back and discuss what is this basically about call by address and also demonstrate what is a pointer. In the call by address is passed as a parameter and the address is accessed using ampersand variable name. Ampersand variable name. And pointer is used to store the address. And what is a pointer? Pointer pointer is a special data type which will store the address of stores the address of variable. So pointer is a special data type which will store the address of a variable. So the advantage of this technique is memory will not be wasted and multiple values can be written. Multiple values can be returned indirectly because return will return only one value. Return statement can return only one value and also there is no memory wastage as both will share same copy. So now we will get a question, what is this pointer is all about? So the pointer is a special data type which will store the address of pointer is a special data type which will store the address of a variable. Pointer is a special data type which will store the address of a variable. How to declare a pointer? The syntax of the pointer is the syntax of the pointer. So what is the pointer here? The syntax of the pointer is data type space star pointer variable. Examples. Int star p is an integer pointer. Float star p is a float pointer. Int star p, float star price. So the star is added before the variable in order to indicate that it is a pointer. Char star name is a pointer variable. Similarly, so the declaration of the pointer is what? Data type space star pointer variable. Then how to store the address here in the data type is P, the pointer is a pointer variable is equal to address of a pointer variable is equal to address of. So let us demonstrate this pointer concept using a simple program. Here we want to write a to demonstrate program to demonstrate pointers. What is a pointer? Pointer is a special data type which will store the address. And how to declare the pointer? Data type space pointer variable. Now in this program, let us demonstrate. We will take a simple variable x and we will store the value 55. Now we will store a pointer. So x is an integer variable and whereas p is a pointer. Pointer variable. X is an integer variable and p is a pointer variable. How to store the address of a pointer? So p is equal to ampersand x. P is equal to ampersand x. Now, in order to print the value, how to access the address and all those, let us demonstrate. So, value of x is equal to percentage d comma x, which will print what? The value of x. Now, we will try to demonstrate how to print the address in the next slide. How to print the address here? The address of x is equal to percentile u will print the address which is unsigned integer, where instead of x we will print ampersand, so which will print the address of a page. Now in the similarly we want to print the value of p, which is also an address which is p. So what is p actually? P storing the address of x. Address of x. Now we'll also print value of address of even pointer variable will have some address. Address of p is ampersand p. This will print at the address of p. Now finally the most important part is using a pointer variable we want to access the value of x, which is possible by star p. So star p will access the value of x. Value of x using star p, which will access the value of x. Now let us compile this program, which is pointer dot c. Compile this program and correct some error here. There is a duplication of lower brackets. Once you compile, after successful compilation, if you observe here, the value of x is 55. The value of x is 55. Whereas the address of x is some big number, which is 229343. But if you observe, the value of p and the address of x both are same. That means what? So the pointer p is storing the address of x. Whereas the address of p is once again a different variable. But finally, you are able to print the value of x using pointer p. So like this, using a pointer, you can access the address of a x. and you are able to access the value of a p. So the question is, what is the star p means? The star p means value of p. So here the value of p is nothing but the address of x, whereas the value of address of x will give you directly 55 in this program. So using this pointers concept, we will implement call by address, and using call by address, we are able to access a common memory using different functions. In the next program, we will try to discuss how to pass array as a parameter.